Hey everybody, as you can see today I am going to test out the 6-inch Takahashi refractor. As you guys saw my unpacking this scope about 3 weeks ago. I have yet to test it because I needed to get some adapters, otherwise I couldn't use it yet. So I got the adapters about 2 days ago, so now it is ready to be used visually. And I'm not sure if you guys can, oh yeah, right there is Jupiter and Saturn right beside there, and I think I see the moon in between the trees there. But anyway, I'm just gonna have a bite to eat, just a quick sandwich, and we'll see how this scope performs. Now remember, Jupiter and Saturn are past their opposition. It would be nice if I would have used this scope when it was at its prime, but that's okay. Let's use the scope. I'm only using it on a CG5 type of mount, which is a little bit heavy for this guy, but that's okay. I don't feel like taking my EQ6 out, and I don't have the drives ready, the batteries ready, so I'm just going to use it in manual mode, of course with slow motion control, so at least I can track, and we'll see if Jupiter and Saturn look, you know, decent, considering again they're past its prime. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Now, just wanted to remind you guys, right now I got the curtains open. That's why you can see, you know, fairly bright. But as soon as I start observing, I'll turn off the curtains, and then it's going to be dark. Just again, I'm reminding everybody, I'm going to switch to night vision mode, which makes it very fuzzy, but at least you will see me. Maybe what I'll do is the first clip will be night vision mode, and then you'll see you barely can even see me at all, because I still have a couple people saying the quality is like, I got to get something better, and it's not that. It's if I'm viewing in the night, in the dark, I did like 4 videos like that, and you barely can see me, or Angelus as well, so you can't observe. If I have all the lights on, it's gonna bother you. That's the whole point of this hobby, is to observe in the dark. So so that's the problem. So when I start observing, I gotta close the blinds. If I videotape on regular, just as regular camera, you will barely see me. You'll only, you know, see my silhouette basically. So if I switch to night vision mode, you can see me better, but it's a lot fuzzier. But that's probably the best way, so you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, what's the point of doing a video? Hopefully that makes sense. See you in a bit. Okay guys, so I'm back out here, and as you can see, Angelus is not here with me. Maybe this video will be the one that I'll do without any type of night vision. And as you can see, I hardly even see myself. Okay, there where I'm moving in front, but you really can't see what I'm doing. And there are some thin clouds, so unfortunately I can't change that, but I just want to do a test just to see. Again, it's not at prime, the Jupiter and Saturn, but that's okay. Let's test it out and see how it goes. The next thing is probably good Angelus is not here, because there's a saying that says, once you go tack, you never go back. Okay guys, so the first thing I noticed is with a 2-inch need 56 millimeter 2-inch eyepiece, I cannot get focus. I don't have enough back focus for it to focus properly. So okay, so now I know getting really low, or as far as like a 2-inch 56 millimeter or anything like that, isn't going to work. I put in the 18 millimeter radian, and that's fine. It's a bit small, but I'm gonna bump up the power. Okay, so let's try a 10 radian right now. Jupiter's almost out of the field of view right now, because I went from, you know, a low power, or semi-low, to a decent high power. Okay, let's see how Jupiter looks. A bit shaky. Yeah, it's a little bit shaky. I'm thinking this mount, CG5, is just not good enough for a scope of this heavy. think it's like 35 pounds. I have my own rings and my own Vixen rail on it. I don't have. Okay, so let's just bump up the power again. The one thing I could tell right away, I only gave it like 15 minutes worth of cool down time. Definitely not even nowhere near what it needs. I need to give it probably 45 minutes worth of cool down time. So I'm definitely feeling the effects of that right now. Second is this mount is way under mount for this heavy of a scope. 35 pounds, again, because I'm using my own Vixen bar, and or 34 pounds, and cheaper rings, or lighter rings, because the original equipment would just be too heavy. So I guess I have to use this sucker on the EQ6. Yeah, so I'm not getting a clear image at all. So let's go to Saturn. Well, again, there are thin clouds. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Not sure if you guys can see those clouds right there. It's not going to help. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about the clouds coming in. Look, I'm going to go to Saturn. Okay, so I have Saturn, but like I said, a little bit of clouds in the way, not enough cooling on this guy, not even half cooling, but nothing I could do today. Just goes to show you that even nobody can change the weather, and you just have to do the best you can. Okay, you can definitely see Saturn, full rings, and right now, yeah, I think I'm at like 227. Just gonna put at the edge of the field of view and let it drift, and I'll try not to talk, try to see if I can get focus a little better. Edge of the field, let it slowly drift. I mean, 227 is not super high, but it's not super low either. Image is okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's superb when I feel it's okay, but not like it's gonna blow your socks off. Now again, I don't want people thinking, well, there you go, expensive. You know, it's the planets are past their prime. Today it's kind of hazy out there. It's thin clouds. I gave it almost no cooling time. You can see it, but I think I've seen better. Definitely have to try a second night, I guess, and see, you know, if I could leave it maybe an hour cool down time, and then see what happens then. Again, here, I'll show you guys the sky closer to the moon. As you can see, the moon is over there. And as you can see, there's like all that haze and thin clouds around the moon. So, what can you do? Okay, so taking it all the way up to 3mm Nagler, it gives me, I think, around 360 power. It's a decent view. Again, not an amazing view. This mount is just too small for this guy. I mean, this mount is rated for like 25 pounds, and I'm already, 35 pounds, 10 pounds over the limit. So that's not going to work. Have to put it on the EQ6, charge the batteries, at least that way it can manually move. The views are okay, pretty good. Or some people might say, oh, it's very good, considering also the planets are past their prime. You got to consider that too, because if they're not past their prime, then it probably would have been a much better view. But again, you can't change that, So let's just do what we have right now. So I don't know if I just let it cool down a bit more and come back, or do I wait for a better night, test it, and then put it on the bigger mount and give it more cool down time? Will the difference be just just crazy, so I have to see. The moon looks fairly sharp, fairly clear. However, the moon looks pretty much clear in anything, really. It's the closest object. So I'm not going to, value it based on this guy or looking at the moon. Okay, let me take it to Mars. It's a little small. I want to bump up the power and see if I see anything. Where's that 4mm radian? That takes me at about 227. It should be a nice, good power. Orangey in color. Just spend a minute looking at it and find the best focus I can. I do see some shadowing on Mars. It's not as clear as the last time me and Angeles looked at it. And it's very, very light. I think it was darker last time. But this time, it's kind of like a different shape. It's not exactly what I saw last time. Gray, it's more, squarish. Where the other one was like, we described it as like one line, and then it breaks off, and then it continues another line. So, what's going on? Oh, it's behind a tree. Figures. Oh, everything's going wrong today. Okay, guys, I think that's it for the first episode, part 1 of the Takahashi. I guess I definitely paid for it. Actually, I'll take you guys inside. Okay, guys, so even people like me that's been in the hobby a while can do screw-ups. So again, as you guys know, I just moved in about 3 months ago. If you go back to my videos, I talk about my moving several times. So now I'm trying to do renovations, and I work too. So after I get home, do renovations, then I was getting hungry, and then it's like, oh, it's clear, I want to try it out, which is fine, But again, not giving it enough cool down time because I just didn't have time, and I know the planets are going to be it's on its last legs, so I really have no choice. So I just figure, whatever, 15 minutes it was, or maybe that's enough. Put it on a mount that's half as rated for something that size, and then the clouds started coming in. So that's the outcome you get. So you can never change the sky conditions, but you definitely can change, my fault, what mount I used, and not enough cool down time. Really, if you want to do that, I should have taken it out an hour before I wanted to view. But again, I was working on the backsplash upstairs, and I didn't even know it was going to be clear, and I just want to get that done. So rush. That's what happens. So that's my first view. I'll have to do it definitely a part 2 and a part 3, see how it goes, and maybe the last one do side by side against the Skywatcher EvoStar 6-inch there, and see how it performs to that guy. Okay, that's it for today. See you guys next time. Comment, like, subscribe. See you on the next one.